10 features in cars that disappeared forever. If we go back in time, no one can imagine that most of these features will be removed, and we still don't know how many deep changes will happen in the future to change the cars we see today. Number 1. Floor-mounted dimmer switches. The dimmer switch used to control the brightness of lighting of a car was placed on the car floor from the 1920s. Along with the headlights, it was also responsible for the lighting the speedometer, battery, fuel capacity, and temperature of the car. The dimmer switch occupied the floor position for almost 50 years, and was later moved to the steering wheel for easy access to the driver. Number 2. 85 miles per hour speedometers. Just imagine that you are driving now and you cannot speed up to 85 miles an hour. Hearing this might sound funny to this generation. But during the 1970s, cars were only allowed to reach a maximum of 55 miles per hour, as a measure of safety and low fuel consumption. The federal law was passed on this, and cars during that time came with an 85 miles per hour speedometer. Modern cars now have speedometers up to 160 miles per hour, which is double what was permitted in the 1970s. Number 3. Rear hinged doors. All the cars that we see today have doors hinged at its front. This was not the case some years back. The doors were hinged at the rear part and opened in the opposite direction. There were quite some risk hazards to such a design, which is why these type of doors were called suicide doors. Also, the risk of falling out rear hinged doors was much greater than front hinged doors if any accidental opening happened. Number 4. Vent window for ventilation. The vent window is a small glass window beside the main door window of a car. Most of the old cars had this type of small window for ventilation. As the main window, these vent windows could also be operated separately, allowing air to circulate inside the cabin and cool the occupants without creating a mess. But with the introduction of air conditioning, this triangular piece of glass got extinct. Number 5. Bench seats. Unlike the separate, comfortable cushioned seats and seat belts in modern cars, older cars had long seats. Bench seats were popular in the early history of cars because they were best suited to accommodate additional car occupants. However, things changed with the introduction of bucket seats, which provided more storage options and a sportier look to the cabin. Number 6. CD players. CD players were the best auto accessories of the 1990s, but once the world went digital, they were gone. Today, most car manufacturers don't even offer CD players as part of the standard equipment, and if you want to listen to music, it's best to have your phone and a Bluetooth-ready device or auxiliary cable. Number 7. Ashtrays and lighters. Ashtrays and lighters installed in the dashboard of a car was a common sight during the early days. For non-smokers, this space was often utilized to store coins. But manufacturers gradually moved away from providing this feature and replaced these sections with tech-focused installations, such as phone charger ports. Number 8. Long radio antennas. In old cars, we could see radio antennas protruding out of the side or middle portion of the cars. It was because the radio was only the source of entertainment in the car at that time. Also, modern-day cars have replaced the traditionally fixed antenna with mini retractable antennas, or with antennas embedded directly within the windshield. Number 9. Hand-cranked windows. Crank windows got replaced with power and electric windows not too long ago. Almost everyone reading this article would have seen cars that feature crank windows. Instead of using a hand-turned crank handle, passengers can now lower or raise the window of their car with just a press of a button, requiring no effort. Number 10. Keys to start the car. Modern cars are increasingly utilizing technology to eliminate some of the manual tasks, such as turning the engine on with a key. Most high-end cars have switched to electronic key fobs and start/stop ignitions. All you need is to get inside the car with the key fob in your pocket and press the button to start the engine. The car also senses when the key fob is nearby and automatically unlocks the door. That's our 10 changes between now and past. If you have any examples, let me know in comment below, and didn't forget like, subscribe.